That was fucking cool, guys. Tell me that was not fucking cool, because that was cool. I want to talk about The Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. These are two library books, and I tabbed them the fuck up, because that's the kind of dedicated reader I am. Hey y'all, and by y'all I mean no one, because no one's watching this. Hi, you can call me Merlin, not because that's my name, just because I don't want to get stalked. And welcome to my channel. How was your day? That's interesting stuff. My day sucked. I was tired, I was hangry, I threw up. I don't know why, but it sucked, and now I'm tired. But you know what? Today's the day I decided it would be a great idea to make a video for youtube.com. Don't talk about my fucking eyebrows, okay? Leave me alone.
Ow! Jump scare!
Really quickly, I want to say thank you for the Bridgerton video views and stuff. People seem to like it. I got ratioed at one point, which is fun. And I want to thank the individual who gave me my very first hate comment. Love you. I appreciate it. And I hope they tune back in. For everyone else, hi. I got a bunch of books. Most of them are from the library. All of them are from the library, actually. So I thought it would be kind of cool to just go through my books and talk about them. I'm hoping this video will be nice and short, because I'm tired and it's Thursday, and I usually try to upload for Fridays and Saturdays at the very latest. I uploaded on Monday this week. So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about books, because that's what I do here. I originally wanted to talk about these two books. That was cool, guys. Tell me that was not cool, because that was cool. I want to talk about The Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. These are two library books, and I tabbed them the up, because that's the kind of dedicated reader I am. I wanted to make a whole dedicated video for Ali Hazelwood books, but then I decided that I don't want to. I did a lot of tabs and things. The way I make my videos is that I read a book and I take notes on the books, because that's what I like to do, and then from those notes I write up a script talking about the plot and my thoughts, and then that's usually the video, and I record that while I do my makeup. There isn't a lot of content in these books. Like, there's content, but there's not content in these books, if you know what I mean. So I thought it wouldn't be as rewarding for me to talk about them. Like, yeah, I could dedicate a whole video to it, but I simply don't want to. I realize how annoying this must sound, because I'm literally making the fucking video. Obviously you wanted to make a fucking video about it if you're making a video about it, but here I am. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate you, by the way. Let me just get to the point here. The point of this video is to just talk about some of the books that I have, maybe a book haul, if you will. The first two books that I hauled are Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. If you're not new to my channel, then you probably know that I have Love Theoretically. I was gifted Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood by my best friend for my 17th birthday last year. Loved the book, loved it so much that I let her borrow it. That was in, I want to say, November, October, December. It's now May 30th. It's been a good 6 months that she's had the book, and she just asked me what I want for my birthday, because it's coming up. And I said, you know what I want? I want Love Theoretically. And I think that would be really funny if she re-gifted me the book that she gifted me a year ago. I think that would be really cool and really sweet and really funny. Which also reminds me, prom's coming up. For those who don't know, I am a senior in high school. I live in Canada, and in Canada we have prom. Even though we're so close to America, Americans do prom so differently. Yeah, we have the dresses and everything, we have the dance, but it's not nearly the theatrics as it is in America. But anyways, I went dress shopping last weekend. Got my prom dress. It's getting altered as we speak. I'm kind of excited, so I'm thinking I might do a prom vlog. I might also do a TikTok about my prom dress. If you want to follow my TikTok, it's in the description. Same with all my other social media.
Calm down, bruh. Chill.
I don't know why I brought this up.
Is you say daddy's home?
Moving on. Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain. First things first. The Love Hypothesis series is good.
Yes, I did that. And you would do it too for a check. I was an employee.
Anyone who says otherwise doesn't deserve peace. Okay, Shakespeare is rolling in his grave right now. Every time somebody talks down on Ali Hazelwood's books, an angel falls from heaven. Her books aren't literary genius, but I'll be damned if anyone says they're not good. I personally enjoyed Love on the Brain more than I enjoyed The Love Hypothesis, just because I liked B better. The main character's name is Idek. I noticed that in Ellie Hazelwood's book, she makes a lot of Star Wars references. It must be some callback to the fact that her other book is a Star Wars fanfiction, but let's not get into that yet. I'm talking about this one first because I like it better. First of all, you can't tell me her last name isn't named after the hit game Call of Duty Koenigs. That tall, shy, murderous man who happens to be my husband. You cannot tell me that she's not named after him. I hear a lot of buzz that people don't like B. Anyone who doesn't like B needs to catch a fucking vibe. Live a little. Find love. Find life. Find your muse, okay? B is a funny millennial. She's so millennial coded because she is a millennial. She's a silly, goofy, like 5 foot, super tiny, dyes her hair, has piercings and tattoos, makes millennial humor jokes. You can't tell me she's not the most likable character ever. Now we get to play back, trying so hard to... I like her very much, and I would love to be her friend. And anyone who thinks otherwise is a hater. This book is a, I want to say, enemies to lovers, workplace romance, work rivals book starring B and this guy named Levi. Basically, this is one of those books where it's like he fell first and she fell harder, or whatever the fuck. He fell first books. I think all of her books are, but I love that. I eat it up every single time. I eat it like it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Skull agrees. Skull eats that up every single time. Basically, in grad school, while B is becoming a neuroscientist and Levi is being an engineer, B is under the impression that Levi hates her because he always gives her dirty looks and avoids her at all costs. Fast forward a couple years, she is forced to work with him for a NASA astronaut helmet making project. They're co-leading the project together because they're super cool, super sexy scientists working together. Levi is under the impression that B is married to a guy named Tom. However, what he doesn't know is there's T. Tom cheated on B with her best friend. Crazy. So obviously they're not engaged anymore because she knows how to drop a man like a hot potato. Because of all this, B doesn't trust men. She's like, trust them, don't trust any men. Love doesn't exist. Call me Light Yagami the way if I had a death note, his name would be the first thing I'd write. Karma's a bitch and he should've known better. Ain't no way I just quoted JoJo Siwa. Ain't no. Moving on. On multiple occasions, Levi saves her and they slowly grow closer, and there's also a lesbian couple in this book, and there's a really random, kind of corny twist at the end of the book. It gagged me, but you should read it. Anyways, I rate this book 4 out of 5 stars because I like it, okay? It's trash and I love this trash. Also, Ellie Hazelwood is a very good contemporary romance writer. Any hate that she gets is undeserved. Is that a hot take? I don't care. Love hypothesis, I'm sure you've heard enough about this book. I'm not gonna talk too much about it just because I don't really remember too much, but I like B in Love on the Brain better, and I like Adam in Love Theoretically better. This book is a Star Wars fanfiction turned contemporary romance. It is a Rey-Lo fanfiction. Instead of it being Rey and Kylo, his name is Adam, just like Adam Driver, who happens to play Kylo, if I'm not mistaken. I see what you've done, Ellie Hazelwood. That didn't go past me. I've only seen like 3 Star Wars movies. This book is about a third year PhD student named Olive. She doesn't know why she's being a PhD student because she's broke. A common theme in Ellie Hazelwood's books is that there is a pretty white girl who is a scientist and she's broke as fuck, and she has a snappy best friend and a romantic interest who is at least 5 feet taller than her. One thing that I find really fucking funny in Ellie Hazelwood's books is that she goes out of her way to make a point how big the men are. I wonder if I could find a passage of her describing how big a man is. I think it's funny. It's like, girl. All I'm saying is Ellie Hazelwood definitely has a size king, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'll be honest, I don't remember what this book is about. It's also an enemies to lovers workplace romance. This is a fake dating book. Love. I love the fake dating trope so much. I don't care how tired it is in media. I like it. I don't care how unrealistic it is. I like it. I'll eat that up every single time. If you have any fake dating romance books recommendations, put them in my comments please so I can read them, and maybe I'll do a little review. One thing I really appreciate about Ellie Hazelwood's books is that the female characters are strong. They're a little stupid sometimes, but they're strong, and they have really good best friends. The female friendships in this book, amazing. while they may be flawed, they're amazing and they're real. I think we need to see that more in books, because it's always girls who are not like other girls. No, I want a girl who's just like other girls. I want to see that. I want to consume that in my media. I want relatability.
Wonderful stuff.
Anyways, moving on to the next book. Also, these are all library books. These are due tomorrow. That's why I'm talking about them, because I don't have time to make a whole video about them. Basically, I've been looking for queer books because I'm queer and I like queer books. Coming out video. Hey guys, I'm here and I'm queer in time for Pride Month. Who here has heard of Perks of Being a Wallflower? Well, I introduced to you Perks of Loving a Wallflower by Erica Ridley. I haven't read this book yet. It is a library book that I took out yesterday. I've been having it on hold for a while, and I think there was like a lesbian YouTuber who recommended it, and I was like, Asian lesbian YouTuber with a septum piercing? Yes, I trust your opinion. So naturally I took it out. There's not much to say, because I don't know anything about this book, but anyways, I got this book, and I'm happy, and I'm excited to read it. I will read it promptly after I finish reading this book, Normal People by Sally Rooney. Yes, I'm better than you. Yes, I am an enhanced literature girly. This book is it's a really easy read, actually. One thing that I don't like about this book so far, I'm about 60 pages in. One thing I don't like about this is that there's no quotation marks. The grammar in this book is weird in general, but they don't have quotation marks when people are talking. And it's not like I'm new to this format. The book Blood Red Road by someone. I actually have it. Where is it? Stand by. Blood Red Road by Moira Young. This book, one of my favorites. It's part of the Dustland series, and it was released in like 2011. It was released in like 2012 or something. Great book. They don't have the quotation marks in that book either, which is weird. It's a weird format, and they also have like accents that you read. Like instead of saying your, they say your, and stuff like that, so you can actually read their accents. Whereas this takes place in Ireland, I believe, and you don't really know what their accent is, but they don't have quotation marks, and I don't enjoy it. But you know what? It's pretty easy to fall into when you get used to it, so it's not really that big of a deal, but I recommend it so far. This is a book about Marianne and Connell. Marianne is a wallflower, I would say. Almost like the perks of loving a wallflower. Are y'all drawing the connections I'm drawing? I don't think so. She's basically a wallflower. She's not popular. People don't really like her. She's not well loved in the school. They both go to like a school together, and she's rich. And Connell is not rich. His mom is a cleaner for Marianne, so that's how they know each other. He's super popular, and he kind of hides that he knows Marianne because people would make fun of him if he knew Marianne. And they have kind of a weird relationship where they have like a sexual, almost romantic relationship. But Connell doesn't want people to know that he knows Marianne. She doesn't care, but he doesn't want people to know because he's a sellout and he cares about what people think, and Marianne doesn't because she's not like other girls. But I like it so far. I feel like this book is gonna change my life. It has not yet changed my life, but like I said before, it's very digestible. It's a very easy read. It's a real page turner. I started reading it last night, but I didn't read for too long because I was tired. But I liked it well enough. It's good so far. I'll probably do like a little update about that later. Let's move on. So a really good way to get some hardcover books, if your library offers this, is through library sales, I guess, where books that aren't really being read very often oftentimes are sold for very cheap on little racks. My library does this. I don't know if other libraries do this, but there was a hardcover for $1 deal. Usually they're $2, so I got a real deal with these books. That's because people weren't buying them, but I'm gonna go back and see if I can buy any more. I was able to get 4 books, so that's 4 books for $4, and they're all hardcover, and they're all romantic-y, I would say. One of the books,
This bitch right here.
5 Dark Fates by Kendare Blake. This book was released in around 2019. It's a fairly newish series. I was able to read most of the series, but I didn't finish it just because my library book was expired and I didn't really care enough to finish reading it. But since I have the book now that I left off on, I'm probably gonna read it. So what a great turn of events. I'm really happy that I was able to take it. This book follows, think about it as like the Hunger Games for royalty, but not really. Every generation, there is a new queen who rules the kingdom. And this queen is determined through a death match where 4 daughters are born. They each have a different power, I guess I would say. I can't remember exactly what they are, but one can like control the weather, one can talk to animals, one can take a lot of poison. Once they become of age, they have to fight like a death battle where whoever kills 2 sisters or whoever like is the last to live gets to be the queen. So they have to kill each other. And I haven't read the book since the summertime, so I honestly can't remember a lot about it. But I just know that it was good. It was good writing. It was cool. My favorite character was Arsinoe, who is the one who controls animals. She's the coolest one. Oh, this is book number 4. But I say it's good. Source? Trust me, bro. Have I ever let anyone down on my book reviews? Absolutely not, because my opinion is correct and it is absolute, and everyone who doesn't agree with me is simply incorrect. The next book I got, The Blood Spell. I have no idea what this is about. I have a bad habit of buying books from the library that are sequels and not the original book. So this very well might be a sequel, but all I know is I was looking at the rack, I was looking at the fantasy, I saw a map inside the book, and you best know I picked that shit up. Because anytime you see a map, you know that book is gonna cook. You know that's gonna be a good book. So yeah, I picked it up. It looks cool. I like the pumpkin. I love pumpkins. Anyone who knows me knows I love pumpkins. No. It says a Ravenspire novel. Fuck. I think it is a sequel. Stop. Why do I have such bad luck with these books? I'm still gonna read it though. I'll just try to find the first book in the series. I'll do my research. I put my hair in pigtails because I felt like it. Let's move on. My bitch ass dog is trying to get into my room while I record. I'm kidding, I love him so much. Anyways. Oh wait. Hold on, chat. Hold on, gang. Look at this. The Traitor Prince. What does it say? A Ravenspire novel? You know what else is a Ravenspire novel? This bad boy. Did I accidentally pick up the first one? It has a map and it's purple this time. I think this very well might be the first one. It says copyright 2018 and this one says copyright 2019. I think it might be. No, this is definitely not. This is a sequel. It says The Shadow Queen and the Wish Granter. I feel like I've seen The Shadow Queen. Was it at my library before? Might have been, but these covers look so different. Hold on, take a look. Like, you can't tell me this is from the same congruent series. They look completely different. At least with the 5 Dark Fates books, all the books look the same. Look at this. These are the other books. They all have like the same dark cover. You can tell they're from the same series. This looks like it's from 2 completely different series. Like, the math isn't mathing. I'm confused. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But the Traitor Prince is something else with a cool map, and I'm gonna move on. Last book I got is Boundless. The Boundless, and I think this is a corset, which is the only reason why I picked it up, because it looks like a corset and I like fashion. Nope, that's a fucking gate. Okay, I'm stupid. Let's move on. This is The Boundless, sequel to The Beholder. Fuck my life. By Anna Bridget. It looks like I'm gonna have to go back to my library and see if they have the other books, because this simply will not do. I simply cannot just start reading a book from the second series in. I've tried that before, and it's confused me. And it's just simply not how books are supposed to be read. So, I'm gonna have to figure this out. But the author is very pretty in the back. Anyways, I'm excited to read these. I'll show you another book I got from the library that was also a sequel. This is The Fates Divide, sequel to Carve the Mark. It's kind of cool, honestly. He'd die for her, she'd kill for him. Love that type of toxic relationship. This is definitely what we need in society. Another cool book that I got a couple months ago, and it's also a sequel. And I feel like there's another one I got that's also a sequel. My bookshelf is really janky right now, and it's covered with like YA books, and I want to make my bookshelf nice and aesthetically pleasing and cool, but I simply cannot because I don't have the books for that.
Nasty, I've been a nasty girl. Nasty, I've been a nasty girl. Nasty, I've been a nasty. Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody?
Ah, there it is. This is the book I was previously discussing, Allegiance by Kayla Kluver. It is a legacy trilogy book. I think it's the sequel or the last book. And yet again, I don't have the first one. Why do libraries do this? If you're gonna put a book on sale, put the first one on sale. Then put the other one on sale. Don't just sell me the second one unless some other bitch-ass reader got it before me. This is like thrifting. It's cutthroat, okay? First come, first serve. And I was left with the bloody scraps. I was left with the dregs of the books. These are some pretty good findings. I just wish I was able to find the first ones in the series. I'll definitely do some research on Google and Goodreads to see if I can find the other ones. And hopefully I can talk about them in the near future if I choose to. One thing I noticed was that I am not reading for pleasure anymore. I came to this epiphany last night when I was reading Normal People by Sally Rooney. I think it was Carly, the YouTuber, who recommended it on her YouTube channel. That reading that book made me realize that I genuinely like reading, and I'm really happy that I do talk about books on my YouTube channel. However, I'm kind of rushing myself through books just so I can kind of like upload a video when I talk about them. And don't get me wrong, it's really fun to talk about books, but I don't want to read a book just because it's popular. I mean, I do that anyway. I'm gonna do that with Haunting Adeline. It's on my TBR. I have it on hold in my library because it's a real hot commodity. These fucking freaks. There's no way everyone's talking about it on their YouTube channels, okay? People are reading that for pleasure. But yeah, I just realized I'm not reading for pleasure anymore, and I want to keep doing that. So if I talk about books less on my channel, that's probably why. Because I'm not trying to rush myself through books, but also I need to meet deadlines so I can keep reading. I have another really cool book on hold, a couple actually, and I got a notification today in my gmail.com app that one of them is ready, and it's a series, so I'm going to read the first 3 books in the series and talk about it on my YouTube channel, but I'm excited for that. One thing I will say is that this YouTube... Whoa. For those who don't know, I have a really hard time talking. English is hard, guys. English is hard. I was talking about... My brain moves so quickly, and my mouth moves really quickly, but my mouth can't catch up to my brain, so I forget what I'm saying because I'm too busy talking. I'm the ultimate yapper, bro. I'm the ultimate yapper. But I can't keep up with my yap. I'm all yap and no yip. Girl, what the fuck? I could literally just watch back the video and figure it out, but that would be too much work, okay? I think I was saying, if you catch me reading or talking about books less on my YouTube channel, my bad, but also deal with it, because I'm reading for pleasure, and I read because I like reading. I'm not gonna read just because I feel like I have to, because ultimately this is a channel for fun. I'm doing this for fun, and if this takes the fun out of reading, then obviously I'm not gonna do it as much because reading matters more. If you guys have anything you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments down below. One thing I do want to talk about is Palestine, because I love to get political. I'm kidding, I hate getting political because it makes me mad, and when I'm mad I start crying because I get really intense feelings about these things. But this book was written in, I want to say like 2016, around 2018. They're talking about Palestine in this book. They're talking about Palestine very briefly in 2018. That's great. I didn't really know much about Palestine until maybe like 2022 because I was not socially aware. I was, but like I wasn't socially aware to things in other parts of the world because I didn't really have social media and the people around me didn't talk about it much. So the only way I really hear about these things is social media and the news, and the news is often very biased. So I try to get my primary sources, such as accounts on social media. So yeah, that's where I get most of my knowledge, which is kind of sad, but necessary. But anyways, I just want to talk about it. Anyways, I just want to very briefly, very quickly, I guess, talk about Palestine. Again, some really bad shit's happening in Palestine right now, and again, I just want to make it super clear that I am standing for Palestine. I don't give a fuck if you don't agree with me, because you're weird and you should agree with me because I'm correct all the time. But this is some really serious shit, and I'm fucking broke, so there's not much I can do to support Palestinian people and people who are suffering in all places of the world, the Congo, North Korea, you know. I'm gonna put some links in my description. I'm gonna do that at the very least, just so that people know that there are resources for you to use to help people in need. Mainly I'll put resources for Palestine, I think, because that's the most pressing issue, I think, right now. Because yes, all issues are important. However, we can't tackle all issues at the same time because that means that things are not focused on when they need to be focused on. Stay informed, please. Don't just like feign innocence or be willfully ignorant because that's just not good. Don't do that. I would hope that you would rather be on the right side of history and understand that people are people. Doesn't matter where you're from, you're people, and you don't deserve to die just because people say so. Just because people want to take your land. No, get the fuck off their land, okay? This is especially happening in Canada. Canada is home to Indigenous peoples. I am Indigenous, so this matters very much to me. Canada is very guilty of denying. There is a genocide currently occurring against natives in Canada. A lot of people don't even understand, like, people still don't have fresh water. I don't think we understand how important that is. Fresh water is a human right, and people don't get that. People don't have access to fresh water. Still, I can't even think of, like, people living in Iqaluit who have to pay, like, $40 for some fucking peanut butter, you know? Like, this shit is crazy. This world is on fire. There's so many bad things happening, and it's hard to have hope for the future. But we really gotta focus on the fact that there are things that we can do to help people out, and just talking about these things does something. Talking about it is better than not talking about it. Wouldn't you agree, Skull? Yeah, Skull agrees. All I'm saying is, obviously, like, there's no hate to Jewish people because that's not a Jewish problem. The problem isn't against Jewish people and people who say, hating Israel is anti-Semitic. Shut the fuck up. Gain some media literacy skills. Crack open a book. It's pretty fucking bad when Jewish people who are historically oppressed against stand with Palestinians and people still say it's anti-Semitic to stand with Palestine. Get out of here, okay? Honestly, I'm not the most knowledgeable person. I try to stay informed and hear the voices of people who actually understand fully, but I'm not the only source you should be seeking or consuming when it comes to Palestine and everything that's going on with the genocide. There's so many good resources on TikTok. Like, obviously TikTok should not be your only source of media that's informing you about this, but it's a good place to start, I would say. That's about it. I don't know how to end this video on a high note just because I'm not feeling that great, but I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching if you got this far. My phone died, so I'm gonna take that as a sign that I need to shut the fuck up. All social media in the description. Hit that subscribe button if you like what you saw. I'm gonna say bye with, what am I gonna say bye with? Say bye with the queers, because this is a queer channel. This video will be out on the first day of Pride Month. Happy Pride, guys. Bye.